old school RuneScape is dying. Well, maybe that's a slight exaggeration, but player numbers and viewership for old school RuneScape has been falling throughout 2019, and there's been growing concern in the community about many long-standing issues, such as botting, account security, third-party clients, huge glitches, polling, no PvP updates, and JMods leaving. But anyway. However, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Many players are looking towards one certain event to be the turning point for this year. And that event is RuneFest. So I went to RuneFest, full of hope and optimism. I drove for over 5 hours, I slept on the floor. We're gonna save old school RuneScape, let's go. I got there, sat down on the sofa on the live stream, spread my legs, and then waffled about something irrelevant for 30 seconds. So, how did RuneFest go? Well, I was going to vlog the event, but that didn't transpire for a number of reasons this year. One of them being, I'm actually famous now, you know, a bit of an influencer, got the Jagex invite, solo mission on my chest. Fucking solo mission on my chest. I'm only joking, but I did want to make a video about RuneFest because, like I said in the intro, I think it's a really pivotal time for old school RuneScape right now. So I'm just gonna give a bit of a reaction to the reveals and some other stupid stuff thrown in there. Seriously. Starts off all dark and mystical, then you've got Kieran bumbling out the shadows. Alright, fella.
It's time for the old school keynote. Come on! Let's hit you straight away with Sins of the Father.
The crowd's loving it. Sins of the Father. So Sins of the Father is a new quest. It's the sequel to A Taste of Hope and therefore an expansion on the vampire quest line. Looking at the skill requirements, it doesn't really seem to be a master quest. I don't mind too much if it is or isn't. However, it does give access to a new area.
You're going to unlock access to the vampire capital of Darkmire.
Bruh. They didn't mention this one on the stream, but within Darkmire, you're able to pickpocket Virelord and Vireladies, and at 60 thieving, you get the chance to receive a blood shard. And a blood shard is an attachment to the Amulet of Torture that passively saps the life from your opponent while doing melee damage and still gives a small percentage of health back to the player. Which sounds to me like melee soul split on the best amulet that we've got so far. I am not a fan of this because 60 thieving is not a high requirement. You can also get the blood shard from killing Elite Firewatch. And do we really need to make the best in-slot amulet better? I'm not so sure we do. I'd much rather this attachment either came from something a lot more difficult to kill and was a lot slower to get, or this attachment was part of a different necklace, maybe a blood necklace which had +6 strength, rather than being the absolute best in slot for DPS. I think the best way to create content is to give a good choice to players where they want to either have the best DPS possible or they want to AFK the Slayer task a bit more and recharge some HP. Also not mentioned on the stream was the Essence Mine and the Raw Dales deposits. Now I think this is going to be a big change for a lot of people because this looks like it's going to be essentially an AFK way to train runecrafting from 50 to 77. Currently, there's no real way to AFK runecrafting until you get to 77. With this update, to me, it looks like they're trying to make every single altar have the option of acting as if it's the blood or soul altar. So you mine the essence for a long time, that's quite AFK, then you go, you craft the runes at the altar, and you get more than usual XP. This won't be a faster method, but I do imagine it will be pretty AFK. So they are giving players the option to AFK their rune crafting at a lower level than you can currently. Moving on to what they did talk about on the stream, and Kieran, that is
the Hallowed Sepulcher.
Cheers, bro. Everything is so difficult to pronounce in this vlog, I swear. What's with RuneScape and making unpronounceable names? This is going to be an agility course like Pyramid Plunder. More interactive agility than just jumping around a rooftop. And the reward is going to be
Dark Graceful!
I'm not even joking, I got like the biggest cheer when I was there. I was watching this and I was like, what are these people on? Dark Graceful? I didn't realise so many people cared. Through the minigame, you will be able to get hallowed marks, which will unlock Dark Graceful. This does look like an interesting way to train agility, but it won't be better than current methods, so I'm not sure if I could see it being used other than to get the Graceful. I feel like someone's making decisions at Jagex saying, What skills aren't getting trained very much? Oh, runecrafting and agility. Right, we need to update these, but I would argue that they don't get trained that much because they're so slow, you know? That's the primary reason. Most skills are monotonous and boring. I can see people doing the runecrafting method. I'm not sure if I can see people doing this agility method long term.
Oh, yeah? How do you spell Fremnik? Oh, single M, double M.
What the fuck are you talking about? You're fired! Oh damn, Jagex is really strict about spelling. Yep, that's right. You get in Swampathletics Season 12, whether you like it or not. This is the second Mauritania release for the RuneFest reveals. The Nightmare of Ashihama is a brand new boss and will be coming out at a different time to the Sins of the Father and Darkmere City.
The Nightmare is a brand new group boss coming to Old School RuneScape next year.
If one endgame piece of PVM content is in Mauritania, don't worry, because just round the corner in Sleep, we're going to implement another one. And it's definitely not because of Settled. I don't even blame him. Settled is trending worldwide. A group boss where you don't have to bother going in a raid, you can't solo it, and you need to band together with a bunch of your boys to get some great loot.
You can expect to be rewarded handsomely. And that's where you, the community, come in.
Of course they haven't got the rewards. Incoming 3 months of Reddit threads, Twitter posts, complaining, tweaks, nerfs, buffs. I'm thinking some ranged armor because I don't like the fact that Void is the best in slot at certain activities. Void range should not be best in slot range. They should bring out a plate body, a plate legs, and a helm. Make them super rare, corporal beast standards of rare, and they'll be worth absolute bang. So far, this is definitely the thing I'm looking forward to the most from the reveals. I really like the sound of a genuine group boss, and hopefully it's got some cool mechanics.
This changes everything.
But please keep making Swampathletics, please. Just in case you've been living under a rock for the past 5 years, you won't have heard about the new game mode,
Group Ironman.
Yep, that's right. If you want to play by yourself on your own, but then trade other players, this is the game mode for you. Group Ironman is finally coming to Old School RuneScape. Now, in the past, I have trashed on Group Ironman a little bit. However, I think if it does come out in 2020, I will play it. Who should I play it with is a big question. Who would you guys like to see me play some Group Ironman with? But I haven't done the early Ironman grinds since solo mission in like 2015 because I've been playing the pure and it's completely different. Group Ironman, pretty self-explanatory. The max limit is 5, going down to 2. They seem to have really catered the group mechanics well to prevent any issues arising. The main issues I can see is, what if someone bots in the group? Does the whole group get banned? I don't know. They don't have an answer for that yet. And people are definitely going to be like, oh, can I learn the T-bow this evening? I want to do some Zora, and then just fucking log out with the bank. Also, people are talking about 10 HP Ironmen being really powerful from Group Ironman. I like that. I want that to stay because it adds a variety to PKing, and realistically, you're not going to profit much of a 10 HP Ironman. It just makes for some interesting builds. Group Ironman definitely makes up for the biggest release this RuneFest. It's not really content, so there's not too much to say other than I think it'll do well, but I don't think it'll do as well as people think it will. The third and final release for RuneFest was the announcement of a clan system. Of the things they announced to do with clans, most of it is clan chat quality of life from what I can see, along with recruitment boards and stuff like that. A lot of my favourite memories in old school is playing with other people and just having a good time with the boys. They're inviting clan leaders down to Jagex HQ to discuss the clan system in its entirety. My opinion is that clanning will thrive with competitions. J-Cups, Deadman Modes, Skilling Cups, PVM Cups, they would all be really good for getting people to clan. Outside of the main 3 updates announced, there were some smaller releases announced, like PVM Achievement Diaries, which I'm a fan of. Doing bosses in potentially an unconventional way as more of a challenge. There are a few more bits and pieces, including a potential new quest in Zaya, and then Ash talked a lot about what he could do with the new engine work that's being done for Group Ironman. Lastly was the announcement of the date for the first league. The Twisted League will begin on the 14th of November, and this is something I'm definitely going to play. It's going to be really interesting. People don't know the metas of this game mode, and from scratch, everyone's racing for stuff. I can't wait for that personally. I'm going to play that a lot. Sorry, I've just started rambling off here at the end. If you guys did enjoy this type of video, make sure to subscribe. If you made it this far, drop a like. I've never really done this sort of video before, so I don't know if it was terrible or good or whatever. I've been a bit ill, so it's taken a while to get out. This all might be irrelevant now. So I'll see you guys soon. I'll be back with another Pure Ironman video very soon. I'm getting very dry on certain drops right now, so that's not ideal, but it'll be up soon. In a bit, boys and girls.